Hey, I'm Mark, and this is GameRules.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to play a little drinking card game called Ride the Bus. This is a party game for 3 to 8 players, and all you need is a 52 card deck and a beverage of your choice. One thing to keep in mind, in this game, aces are low, kings are high. Let's dive in and learn how to play. Determine a dealer and have everybody sit around the table in such a way that the dealer can reach them with the cards. This game is played over a number of rounds. The first round is called red or black. And what a player does is say whether their card, the first card that is going to be given to them, is red or black. So our player says red. They were wrong. They drink. If they were right, they choose someone else to take a drink. Play passes to the next player and they say red or black. And they say red. They're wrong. They take a drink. If they were right, they choose somebody to take a drink. Continue until everybody has completed round 1. Round 2 is called higher or lower. Beginning with the first player, they will say whether the next card they get is higher or lower than their first card. Our player here says higher. And they were right. So they choose somebody to take a drink. If they were wrong, they would have to take a drink. If the card was the same rank, they would have to take a drink. Once everybody completes this round, you'll move on to round 3. Hey, keep in mind that the dealer can play as well. Higher or lower? Let's go higher. I win. Take a drink. Round 3 is called in between or outside. The player will guess whether or not the next card that is flipped will go in between their first 2 cards or on the outside. Our player says in between. Oh, but he was wrong. It goes on the outside. They must drink. If they were right, they would choose somebody to drink. And if they had a card that was the same value as their previous 2 cards, they would have to drink. Again, our dealer gets to go and they say outside. Oh, and they were right. Drink, sucker. Round 4 is called guess the suit. Our player will say clubs. We flip the card and it's a diamond. They're wrong. They take a drink. If they were right, they choose somebody to take a drink. Our dealer does it as well and they say hearts. They were wrong. So they take a drink. For the 5th and final round, the dealer will create a beautiful pyramid. The first row being 5 cards, then 4, then 3, then 2, then 1. Each row is assigned a drinking value. Our first row will be worth 1 drink. Our second row, 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. You can also shake it up by making the row of 2 cards worth 1 shot and our final card worth 2 shots. Once the pyramid is set up, each player will collect their 4 cards and keep them in their hand. Our dealer flips over the first card of the row. Any player who has a card that matches the rank turns it in and takes a drink equal to the value of that row. So our dealer has a 7. They take 1 drink. It is possible for a player to have more than 1 card and they would take the corresponding number of drinks. That card is removed and the next one is flipped. It's an ace. Nobody has an ace, nobody drinks, and so on. Queens. This player has a queen, they take a single drink, and this player has a queen, they take a single drink. Once the final card of the pyramid is flipped, whoever has the most cards remaining in hand must ride the bus. If there's a tie for most cards, whoever has the highest ranking card in hand must ride the bus. And if there's a tie for that as well, you grab the deck, each player turns over a card, and whoever turns over the highest ranking card must ride the bus. Now, for all intents and purposes, whoever is riding the bus is the loser of the game. Everybody else is the winner. However, the bus rider has an opportunity to win and make everybody else out to be a bunch of chumps. Now, what it means to ride the bus is that you're going to go play through the first 4 rounds again, but you must complete the 4 rounds perfectly. For example, red or black. Round 1, they choose red. They're right. They get to continue. Higher or lower. They choose lower. They're right. They get to continue. In between or outside. They're going to say outside. They're wrong. Those cards are discarded. They start over and they have to take a drink. Red or black? Black. Wrong. Start over. Take a drink. And so on until they either get all 4 in a row or they run out of cards. If they're able to get all 4 rounds completed in a row, then they win. Everybody else loses. If the deck runs out of cards before they're able to do so, they lose. That's the game. And that was how to play Ride the Bus. Now, I think that this would make a fine game to play without drinking. If you'd like to play it with younger children or your family and people who just don't want to drink. Instead of being punished by taking a drink or by punishing an opponent by forcing them to take a drink, you can simply award points for each round. For example, round 1, a player earns 1 point for correctly guessing the color of their card. Round 2, a player earns 2 points for correctly guessing whether their next card will be higher or lower. And you can use chips for this. You don't have to write anything down. Chips or toothpicks, any kind of counter or token, the player can earn them during the round. For round 3, they would earn 3, and for round 4, they would earn 4. Now, the 5th round, when you build the pyramid, you would apply a chip value to each row. So if you have a card that matches in row 1, you earn 1 chip for each card you matched. If you happen to have 2 copies of that card, then you get 2 chips. Row 2 is worth 2, row 3 is worth 3, and so on. The player with the most chips at the end of the game wins. If there's a tie, the players who are tied do a round of Ride the Bus. And whoever can go the farthest by guessing correctly wins the game. If both players are able to get all 4 rounds in a row by riding the bus, then you just start over and do it again until somebody fails to guess correctly. The other player wins. It's that simple. I think it would make a pretty fun party game for people of all ages. Well, that's all I have for you today. If it's your first time joining us here on the channel, be sure to subscribe so you're notified about new uploads. If you'd like to read the rules in writing, you can head over to GameRules.com where there's a huge library of games to choose from. I got a link down in the description. Until next time, keep on playing.